You go see Dr. Clapper, you're like, I've got this lymphoma diagnosis, and then what?
So then he says, Yvonne, I think you're definitely ready for a water fast. How soon can you come? And I'm like, how soon can you get me in? And I did my first water fast at the end of 2014, and I did a 21-day water fast.
Oh, yeah, 21 days. That's a big one for your very first water fast. Now, did he feed you, pre-feed you before you started when you went to True North? Did you eat like the food there, whole food, plant-based for a few days, or how did that work?
So yeah, so they have a very specific and personalized protocol for each patient, depending on their health condition. So mine personally, it was 3 days of very low caloric and low density vegetables. So it consists of broths and steamed zucchinis and steamed vegetables that they were going to be easy to digest because your whole stomach's digestive system has to be clean before you start your water fast.
So it was a light veggies
Very light.
and broths and things for a few days. Okay. So
Mhm.
21 days, how did that go? I mean, what were the ups and downs of that during that process?
So
You were
this
on
was,
site, obviously. You didn't go home and do it.
oh no, 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 no. You have to check in because it is monitored by your doctors. They're there. They see you twice a day. But back to your question, and people are going to think that I'm crazy, but it was the best time of my life when I was water fasting. Some people don't have the same experience, but mine was incredibly uplifting. It just felt in utopia, literally. I felt very energetic. A lot of people don't feel the energy. On the contrary, I had a boost of energy, very clear minded. My body felt great, and obviously I was losing all the weight that I had on my body, extra weight and extra fat, and obviously also detoxifying as well. So I think my body was really thanking me for doing this. And initially I had planned for a shorter water fast, but during I think it was the 13th or 14th day when I was pretty close to concluding my water fast, there was someone who also healed from water fast there and shared her testimony with me. And she said that during the 13th, 14th day of her water fast, she started feeling improvements. And so did I that morning, because I would try to palpate the tumors, and I felt them smaller and also softer. Before you could feel that it was like a hard surface, but then they got softer. And I got really excited. And when the round of doctors came to check on me, I asked if I could extend my water fast. And of course, there's a few marks that they have to assess, which they did. And they approved me to extend my water fast. And that's why I did a 21-day water fast.
That's really amazing. Now, did you have a rough first couple days? Because I know a lot of people, the first few days are the hardest, and then they kind of get over this hump, and then they start to feel good and have this surge of energy. Did you have that experience?
So the first 3 days, of course, yes, naturally your body wants to consume the calories to keep it going, and you might have cravings. Uh, but I was just too excited to heal. So my focus was healing. And I guess from the first day and from the first hour at True North, that's all I could think of, healing. So I think nothing could bring me down or stop me or any pain or anything. So I think I just kind of blocked it, and it went well. But
And
the first 3 days are the hardest.
and any bad days, the whole 21 days, were there any days where you just were exceptionally tired or exceptionally fatigued, or you're just like, man, today is rough?
Not really, not for me. But there were some friends that I made at the clinic that they did have a more difficult time, and I think it all depends. I think it's a mindset for everything we do in life. You have to either say I'm going to win or I'm going to fail, and I was very determined to win, so nothing could really stop me, and I never felt tired or fatigued. I always had energy. I loved attending their classes. They have like 2 or 3 classes a day and like a food demonstration. I even survived the food demos and, and smelling those aromas, which is delicious. And then, yeah, you fantasize about, tasting them, but that was it. I think I don't know, you can call it torture, but for me, it was a nice experience.
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit torturous to be on a fast and being around food that smells really good. Yeah, and you do fantasize about food. It's one of the things that I think is great about fasting that I don't think is talked about enough is that it really gives you such a profound appreciation and gratitude for food,
It
right?
does.
Because most of us have never missed 2 meals in a row, you know what I mean? Or missed a whole day of food, let alone several days or several weeks. And I've never done a 3-week fast. I've done a week. That's the tops for me on water. But yeah, after a day or two, you really start to appreciate like what a blessing it is to have access to food and to be to live in a country or a region or wherever where food is plentiful. Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, why not subscribe? Here's a link to do that. And if you'd like to watch the full interview, you can find it at chrisbeatcancer.com. There's a link to it in the description right below this video.